football, all you want to do is play. You play rather than you train. And when you come in these big games, big game against Barcelona, coming back to a massive Old Firm game, they're the ones that matter. When you have that winning mentality, that brings confidence, self-belief. The games can't come quick enough, and I think that will be Celtic's mindset.
And this one, Paul, isn't
Absolutely.
it? This one's easier to come back because
the euphoria, the adulation, the winning, the success, it drives one even more, Dougie.
All right. Briefly then, just before we head out live to join Rob and Sandy, who's going to win it? Gordon?
I think a narrow Celtic victory.
Paul?
I thought about a draw, actually. I thought a score draw.
Score draw and a Celtic win. All right, let's see who gets closest. It's Rangers against Celtic. Rob and Sandy.
The Old Firm were almost inseparable last season. They both claimed 97 points. And who can forget that dramatic day in May when Rangers and Celtic scored 10 goals between them. And only goal difference, there was only one in it, took the title here to Ibrox. All change this season and a massive 16-point gap. Yep, those sombreros are out again. Celtic must be heading back to Spain. Let's refresh our memories. These are the teams. One change for Rangers from the side which beat Dunfermline here on Tuesday night. Frank de Boer. Skipper Jackie McNamara was taken off injured in that game. He's not recovered in time, but there is an able replacement in Bobo Balde, who's free of his suspension in Europe. Alan Thompson has got to be in good form today after hearing last night that Sven-Göran Eriksson had called him up to the England squad to play in Sweden next week. And talking of 19-year-olds making their Old Firm debuts, UEFA Cup hero David Marshall does as well.
Interesting just to see how Celtic start today. We think we'll start with a 4-4-2, but it'll be very easy for them to change.
The moment is almost here. The fourth Old Firm game of the season. 3 out of 3 for Celtic so far. Can Rangers do anything about it? It's been spot the Scot in recent times in this Old Firm fixture. Bertie Vogts has been pulling his head out, so he'll be happier to see 7 Scottish players in the starting 22. 4 for Rangers, 3 for Celtic. And playing his third top team game on the bounce, 19-year-old Alan Hutton. He scored his first goal during the week as well against Dunfermline. And same age, but a little bit more experience after Thursday night in the Nou Camp. David Marshall, a stunning performance from the teenager to keep out the big stars of Barcelona. Alec McLeish had such an amazing start to his Rangers managerial career in Old Firm matches, but it's turned around since then. And he's looking to reverse a trend of 4 straight defeats. A bit of pitch cleaning to be done at Ibrox. The beach balls are out in force. Celtic heading back to Spain after their win against Barcelona to play Villarreal in the quarterfinals. And there's Kenny Clark, the referee for this match. His 9th Old Firm match in charge. There's a swirling breeze inside Ibrox, and that doesn't make collecting the beach balls any easier. I've heard of some reasons for a delayed kickoff, but this one beats the law. Jack, what's the latest?
Yeah, well, they've just decided the police are going to hold the kick-off up until they get some stewards down to clear the patch of beach balls. Maybe the tide come in will help it a wee bit.
So Petrov and Didier Gat doing their best as well. If he tries throwing that, it's going to come straight back to him.
I've never seen anything like this at an Old Firm game, to be fair. But I'm sure it won't affect the players too much.
And that UEFA Cup tie for Celtic will come along very quickly. A week on Thursday, Celtic will head back to Spain to face Villarreal, and if they can beat another Spanish side, they're in the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup. The European adventure continues. Pitch clear. We're ready to go. Not only have Celtic lost all 3 Old Firm matches this season, they haven't managed a goal. Looking to redress the balance somewhat on their home patch against a Celtic side with massive momentum behind it, and a team which exerted an incredible amount of effort on Thursday night. How will that impact? Michael Mole's cross flies behind.
I'm looking, Rob, at the Celtic starting lineup. Look as if they're going to go 3 across the back. Balde, Varga and John Kennedy on the left-hand side. Also mean Didier Agat and Alan Thompson playing the wing-back areas.
Rangers have won only 1 of the last 12 Old Firm League games. And they'll view today as hugely important, hugely significant. The Rangers win is not going to stop Celtic winning the championship, but it might just give a pointer towards brighter days ahead for them next season, looking to pose a serious challenge. And that's not happened for the defending champions in this campaign.
Slack pass there from Stephen Hughes, taking the pressure off Celtic. They're right, what you say, Rob, there's nothing at stake in an Old Firm game. Both sets of fans will demand that the players give everything they've got out there, and I'm sure that's what will happen.
Peter Lovenkrantz thumps the ball downfield. Stan Varga takes charge alongside John Kennedy. Well, he was one of several standouts for Celtic against Barcelona. I remember saying it in midweek. As the thought crossed my mind, he couldn't get a game for Sunderland last season, and he's now an automatic pick in the Celtic side. Again, a lapse in concentration in the Rangers ranks. Stephen Hughes let that drift over the touchline.
He did, just when you're talking about Stan Varga in the latter part of the game on Thursday night, he was absolutely immense beside John Kennedy. Everything that came his way, he timed his tackles to perfection.
And goes Michael Ball. Varga to the offside, Larsson. Flag up against him. His last trip to Ibrox, Larsson, and we wouldn't be at all surprised if he marked it with a goal.
This is very, very tight. I think it's just a fraction offside. If anything, Craig Moore on the opposite side may have played him on.
Michael Moles nutmegs Neil Lennon and slips in the act of shooting.
Good play initially from Michael Moles, little nutmegging Neil Lennon. But if he looks up, Aaron Hutton's free wide on the right-hand side. Alex, they had the shot from 25 yards or so. It was always going to be closed down. He's picked the wrong option there.
It's got a typical Michael Moles goal during the week, but he struggled to maintain a consistent vein of form. He's timed that run perfectly on the end of Ronald de Boer's pass. Trying to free himself of the attentions of Stan Varga. Alan Thompson helping out too. Moles will depart Ibrox in the summer. A very stiff challenge from John Kennedy, leaving Ronald de Boer in no doubt. Alan Hutton's throw. And Michael Moles could do nothing with it. It's gone behind for the goal kick. Black eye and a broken nose didn't stop him turning out in the first half against Dunfermline in midweek. Ronald de Boer. He's had some surgery on that nose. He says it looks better than it did beforehand, so he's pleased about that, and didn't want to miss this one. Alan Thompson's pass. Henrik Larsson trying to play in Pearson. Well defended by Rangers. Here's the teenager Alan Hutton. Rampaging down the right. John Kennedy dealt well with the threat.
Just lost his way a little bit towards the end of that run, young Alan Hutton. But a good break from the back.
Thompson to Sutton, lovely knockdown for Larsson. And good challenge by Zurakisnishvili. Michael Ball on the ball, has lost all 4 of the Old Firm matches he's played in after a pretty successful run in the Merseyside derby when he was at Everton. Craig Moore takes out Ronald de Boer. He has the invention and the imagination to make things happen for Rangers, but failed there. Pass, winning a cheer from the Celtic fans at the moment. They're on a high, heading for the title in the Tennis Scottish Cup semi-finals, and now the UEFA Cup quarter-finals. Under pressure was Kisnishvili, and Pearson was the man applying that pressure.
We think, well, the Rangers are going to take something from this game. They've got to pass the ball well. They've got to get it into the feet of Ronald de Boer and Michael Moles. Just a few minutes ago, we've seen de Boer coming short. That'll cause Celtic problems. He'll come short into no man's land between the midfield and the back, try and pick up the ball and turn and play in Moles and Lovenkrands.
Here's Lovenkrands, lays it off, then zooms down the touchline. Agat had some wonderful challenges against Ronaldinho, but he's lost out to Bob Malcolm. Lovenkrands mishit the shot. Stephen Hughes in the way was Agat, and the follow-up effort from Ronald de Boer is deflected. Rangers have a corner.
That was a chance. Good play from Bob Malcolm winning this 50-50 with Didier Agat. He does well here, lifts his head, pulls the ball back to Lovenkrands, who mishits it, but then there's a chance for Stephen Hughes. Blocked the first time and re-hits it. Pass for the corner.
6 in the box for Ronald de Boer's corner. Finds none of them, headed away by Baldi. Stephen Hughes gets it back into the danger area, but it's a high looping cross. It's way beyond everyone.
Easy one for David Marshall. When you look at that corner kick from Ronald de Boer, the one thing the Rangers will have to do today, Celtic, they've got the bigger physical players. They will win a 50-50 in the air most of the time. Rangers will maybe have to think of 1 or 2 different ploys from corner kicks and free kicks.
Rangers have a psychological barrier to cross, having had to play second fiddle to Celtic this season. They have had a decent couple of results in the last couple of games, 8 goals. But this is the big test. De Boer opens play out. Alan Hutton looking for some movement up ahead of him, looking for options, and there wasn't too much choice for him.
No, lots of Celtic players behind the ball, but you've got to say Rangers have started the game well. It's been playing mainly in the Celtic half. They've passed it reasonably well. Just that final ball, that little bit of penetration at the end.
Celtic have lost only 7 league games in nearly 4 years with Martin O'Neill as the Celtic manager. A phenomenal record that. Some of those defeats have been in relatively meaningless matches towards the end of championship winning seasons. If there's a confidence and an assurance about Celtic at the moment, you can well understand why. And there's also a relaxation about their play, because even if they were to lose here today, they will still have a 13-point lead. Ten minutes gone. Neil Lennon keeping possession as he does so well. Alan Thompson chips it forward for Chris Sutton. His run was blocked by Zurikiznisvili, but I don't think there was anything that would alert Kenny Clark's attention here.
No, there's nothing in this. Both players trying to win the ball. Kisnisvili just holding his ground, Sutton trying to get round him. If anything, that may be a free kick in Rangers' favour.
Thompson's pass is a poor one. Moore to Hughes. Bad pass from Ball to Lovenkrantz. Had him stretching. Celtic back on the ball. Well, I said Celtic were relaxed, maybe a bit too relaxed there. Chris Sutton took his eye off it and the ball was over the line. His fellow Englishman, though, Alan Thompson, is on top form, having heard last night that he's in the England squad for the friendly in Sweden next week. It's finally happened. I was speaking about relaxation there, Chick, and I wonder if Martin O'Neill is maybe wanting Celtic to up it a gear.
Yeah, I think exactly that. I had a flea in the air for Neil Lennon just a couple of moments ago when he was a bit slack with a couple of passes. He's a real lecture at him.
Good run from Gavin Ray. That wins Rangers another corner.
He does that well, Gavin Ray. Happy to go beyond the strikers at times. It's a good ball from Hutton. Stephen Pearson working well back the way to ensure the ball doesn't come into the danger area.
Now, what can Rangers make of this? Craig Moore steps forward, Bob Malcolm as well. Alan Hutton is in the penalty box. Stephen Hughes, Peter Lovenkrantz, Gavin Ray just outside the area. In from Ronald de Boer. Sent away by John Kennedy. 2 corners for Rangers, and they've made little of them.
No, it's so difficult, Rob. I said that earlier. So maybe think of someone going short, try to upset the Celtic defenders a little bit, catch them out of position, and then they make it a bit of joy.
It's about ingenuity, isn't it? It's about a bit of invention, because in terms of sheer size, Rangers can't really compete.
Yeah, you look at the back three: Varga, Baldi, Kennedy, and then you've got Chris Sutton back in there as well. Thompson's a big lad.
Celtic 29 league games unbeaten. It's an amazing succession of results. 27 wins and 2 draws. And looking to make that unbeaten run 30.
I'm a little bit surprised at the tempo of the game, Rob. It's normally 100 miles an hour at the start of an Old Firm game, and invariably goes at that pace for 90 minutes. But this one's been slow today.
Celtic, of course, don't have to force the pace.
Well, you know, that's the exact situation that you're talking about there. Celtic, all the pressure on Rangers to make sure they take something from the match.
Varga. Larson flagged offside.
This one will be close. It's a late run from Henrik Larsson. Varga nowhere else to go, and when he plays the ball, it is very, very tight again. It's very close.
Tight, Sandy. Varga's pass through the middle. Stefan Klos. his 26th Old Firm game. And there will be a few more, he having tied himself to Rangers till 2007, and how often has he saved Rangers in these matches? Alan Thompson lofts it forward beyond Sutton and Larsson. Kuzmishvili makes sure it heads back to his goalkeeper. Michael Ball holds his arms wide, saying, "Give me some options." Peter Lovenkrantz, Gavin Ray, great challenge by John Kennedy, keeping up the form he showed in Barcelona on Thursday.
He has to get this one right, John Kennedy, but this is a good ball. It holds up the wind a little bit, allowing Lovenkrantz to get the flick on. And Gavin Ray again support from the midfield. His first touch not the best, taking it too far forward to allow the challenge.
Ball's throw. Michael Moles was there. Stephen Pearson clears. Kuzmishvili misjudged the bounce. Larsson has it. Now Sutton. Craig Moore got just enough. If Henrik Larsson had switched that left to Pearson, Celtic might have had a better chance to score.
You're right, Rob. Stephen Pearson was making up the ground rapidly down the left-hand side.
Petrov. Kennedy to Thompson. Michael Ball into Ronald de Boer. Lovenkrantz. Didier Gat's challenge. Prods the ball away from Ball. And talking about balls, too many on the pitch at the moment. I don't think they're regulation size. Chance for Ball to get the ball into the box. He's overrun it. Possession nipped away from him by Neil Lennon. Wonder what Alec McLeish is wanting Rangers to do at the moment. He's gesticulating from the technical area, Chick.
Yeah, they're trying to get Ronald de Boer on the ball much more often, and I think Michael Ball and Lovenkrantz, we saw Lovenkrantz making a break there. He's trying to get Lovenkrantz fed to take on a gap. Not an easy task, of course. And I have to say that Martin O'Neill is also equally worried about the approach down the left-hand side for Rangers.
Stephen Pearson was onside, breaking from midfield there. The pace of the pass defeated him. Man of the match telephone number is this: 09011 110 861. Sandy will decide later. Nearly 18 minutes gone at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Celtic 0. And neither goalkeeper has had a serious save to make so far.
You're right, Robert. I wonder just how much the wind is playing a part today. A lot of passes going astray. The ball's moving when it's high in the air. Must be difficult for the players.
Chested down by Sutton to Larsson, who gives it away. What? Larsson and gives it away in the same sentence? Surely not. Kuzmishvili's pass cut out by Vargan. Lennon quickly to Petrov. Now Larsson. Hookshot streaming forward. One is Stephen Pearson. Heads it back in for Petrov. Craig Moore clears. 20-year-old John Kennedy is there. Ray's challenge on Petrov is penalised. Celtic have a free kick and a set-piece chance to get themselves ahead.
I'm sure the big guys will be up. It's like Gavin Ray can see he's in the top of still in Petrov there. Easy one for the referee to give. It's in a dangerous area.
Alan Thompson is over the ball, and inside the penalty area, Kennedy and Varga and Baldy. Thompson's left foot. Celtic 1-up. It's Henrik Larsson. His last game for Celtic at Ibrox is marked by the customary goal. His 33rd of the season. His 234th Celtic career goal.
It's an easy goal for Henrik Larsson, simply by the fact that Michael Ball loses him completely. Ball gets underneath the ball, he goes forward a yard too early. And Larsson eventually is on his own, 6 yards out. And a player of his quality, he certainly can't miss from there. But Michael Ball gets it all wrong. He's picking up Larsson and makes an absolute hash of it.
Well, I mentioned Balde and Varga and Kennedy in the build-up to that. Rangers might have had their eyes on those three. They took their eyes off Henrik Larsson, and that is a major mistake. And in terms of Alec McLeish and his viewpoint, that goes down as a cheap goal.
It's a really cheap goal. The Michael Ball got it all wrong. The wrong side of Larsson when the ball came in. Larsson didn't have to move, he didn't have to get away from ball. Something a bad starting position.
Only Bobby Lennox and Jimmy McGrory in Celtic history have scored more goals. That's 234 and in only 304 games. It's remarkable. And one or two chapters may be left in Henrik Larsson Celtic story still to go. Stilian Petrov's shot tugged across goal as Alec McLeish ponders what he's going to do next, Chick.
Yeah, I think about an attack with Jan Wouters, Andy Watson. I think they really are thinking about a change. You may see Henning Berg introduced into centre defence shortly. There's no doubt there's been a major talk with the players, and I think we may see a change.
That surprises me a little bit. Rangers haven't started the game badly. They've had more possession than Celtic. They've looked to play the game in Celtic's half. It's the picking up at the set pieces that's left them behind and chasing the game a little bit.
.21.5 minutes gone at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Celtic 1. No free kick, says Kenny Clark.
I think, to be fair, the referee was putting advantage.
Michael Ball, whose glaring error gave Larsson the chance to open the scoring here. You don't want to do that, especially inside the 6-yard box. And Stefan Klos had not a chance. Good work from Ronald de Boer, wins it against Varga. Michael Knowles. Gavin Ray gets himself into the box. Here's Stephen Hughes. That's poor from Rangers.
It was good play initially from Michael Knowles, but Alan McLeish will be disappointed in his pass to Stephen Hughes here. He played the ball high in the air, took a while to come down, and Hughes tried to play it back to Knowles. He was under a lot of pressure, put too much on it. Just keep it simple, I'm sure that's what he's saying.
Celtic have won the last 4 Old Firm matches, and heading here for 5 out of 5, unless Rangers can knock them out of their stride. And the shake of the head from Alec McLeish that we've just seen tells its story. Stephen Pearson, Neil Lennon. Short passes, simple passes, carving Rangers open. Henrik Larsson. And it's brought back for a free kick against the challenge on Pearson.
It's Craig Moore on that one, and just before that Michael Ball had the late challenge, but referee Kenny Clark played advantage. Another chance for Celtic from a set piece.
The development of Pearson in quick time at Celtic Park has been phenomenal. He's been there, I should say, only 3 months, and he was already highly promising, and he's gone several stages beyond that now. 3 goals for Celtic, 5 for Motherwell. prior to that, he's a goal-scoring threat. He also creates a lot for those around him with his very direct play. Henrik Larsson leaves it to Alan Thompson. It's gone wide. Stefan Klos looked fairly happy about this one.
He'll be disappointed Alan Thompson doesn't hit the target. Stefan Klos gets his wall right. He covers one side, the wall's got the other side. And if it had been on target, the Rangers keeper, I'm sure, would have saved it.
Steven Pearson's header, pretty much unchallenged. There was a challenge on Chris Sutton. Rangers throw. Barca. A high boot, it seemed, from Bob Malcolm, gets away with it. Lovenkrantz on to Moles. That's a bad mistake by Bob Malcolm. And John Kennedy racing forward with Chris Sutton in front of him. Back from Moore to Klos. But Rangers making basic mistakes all over the pitch and playing themselves into trouble here.
Well, it was Bob Malcolm that time, and John Kennedy also made a hash of it. Good possession on the counter-attack from Celtic's point of view, but it was a poor pass to Chris Sutton.
Flicked forward by Thompson and headed back by Craig Moore to Stefan Klos. You just wonder what that goal has done to Rangers, because since then there's been a pretty untidy spell from the home team.
What's happened, Rob, that the Celtic obviously grown confidence by taking the lead, and Rangers go the opposite way. The fans go on the back just that little bit more, demanding that they do well, and they get uptight and they stop passing the ball.
At the moment, Rangers unable to use the ball constructively at all.
But that's where people have to take responsibility. Guys like Craig Moore on the ball now, the club captain, they have to make sure they get the players round about and working hard, and it's important from Rangers' point of view, the front two especially, they keep looking for the ball, they don't hide.
Jack, you can see from the body language of Alec McLeish that he is not at all happy with the way things are developing here.
Far from it. I mean, I think everybody senses a dip in the Rangers' performances, as Sandy was saying, since that goal, and he's just trying to get them going again, trying to get a bit of spirit and battle into their play. Challenge here on Ronald De Boer, and De Boer has actually been the target of what Alex would try to say, get him on the ball. He's had very few touches, particularly in the wake of that Celtic goal. Seems to put that change in ice, Rob, that I was talking about earlier on, I have to say.
A rash challenge on De Boer by Pearson gives Rangers this free kick. How they would love to get back on terms. In from Michael Ball. Michael Ball's got his head to it. Kept in by Craig Moore. Bob Malcolm's cross proving hugely difficult, but what a bit of skill from Ronald De Boer to get it down. In from Lovenkrantz. Kennedy's header goes behind. And that was all down to Ronald De Boer making light of a very difficult delivery.
It was a poor ball from Bob Malcolm. But what a magnificent first touch from Ronald De Boer.
De Boer's corner. Bobo Balde with no challenge on him. Stephen Hughes back in. It's Balde again. A massive barrier to Rangers. Kaznishvili's crossfield pass. De Boer with that instant control. Squeezes the ball into the box. Again, Balde for the third time running. Forces the ball clear. Good play from Michael Ball. De Boer squares it to Malcolm. Michael Moles looking for space, looking for room. Neil Lennon plugging the gaps for Celtic at the expense of a corner.
Better from Rangers though, good passing. Bob Malcolm involved Moles, and De Boer again trying to play the little slide rule pass. Neil Lennon not sure where his opponent was. Playing safe, putting out for the corner. The Rangers have got to try and vary these corner kicks. Celtic have won every header easily so far in the game. That's better.
Back from Ray to De Boer. Ball squares it to Kaznishvili. Easy clearance for John Kennedy. Awkward bouncing ball for Zura Kaznishvili. Does well. And then took too long to move it on. Celtic have it back with Lennon.
It was Chris Sutton there who wasn't prepared to give that one up.
Good skill from Alan Thompson. Celtic in charge in the 30th minute at Ibrox, 1 up. Nudge on Larsson by Kisnishvili with the ball in the air, gets away with it. If you've just joined us, you won't be surprised to learn Henrik Larsson has scored the goal on 19 minutes. Good hold-up work from Sutton. Pearson, Lennon, Thompson, and back with John Kennedy. Hutton's challenge on Thompson. It's a match of much more significance, this, to Rangers than Celtic, with the title already in the bag. But Rangers struggling at the moment to mount a response to that Larsson goal. The up and under from Lennon. Gavin Ray surging through the midfield. Peter Lovenkrantz gives it back to him. Good covering across from Stan Varga, seeing the threat, the darting run of Lovenkrantz into the box.
Good defending by the big centre-back. Also good play from Gavin Ray and Lovenkrantz.
Michael Ball tries to create something for Rangers. Almost an own goal from Stan Varga.
I can't believe David Marshall saved that. It must have been 4 or 5 yards away from him when it ricochets off Varga. It's getting in beside the post, and what a save that was.
And there's another one to deny Alan Hutton. It was awkward, it was bouncing in front of him, he was at full stretch.
This is the best one. He can't see this to the last minute. What an incredible stop. It's a good height for him, but he does really well to get there. And this is the second one. Hutton, he's got a head into the back post, and it's edging up towards that top corner before he gets a hand to it.
De Boer's corner. Craig Moore trying to get to the end of it. Bob Malcolm does. There's Ray. Stephen Hughes. Balde. Petrov. Varga thumps it clear. Well, remarkable goalkeeping by David Marshall. He was astounding in Barcelona in midweek, and yet again he has produced a couple of stunning saves. This looked like the wrong hand to save it with. It looked as if it was going to bounce in. That was remarkable enough, but the one which preceded it was even better.
You're saying the wrong hand. I don't think it makes any difference what hand you save it with, as long as you keep it out. Two tremendous saves.
Remember, despite Barcelona and all that, it's David Marshall's first Old Firm game. It has its own very special atmosphere, its own very special pressures, but I don't think he can spell pressure. Another threat to Rangers. Balde and Varga up for the set piece. Thompson delivers. Balde hits the deck. Well, here's save number 1 again from David Marshall. It was Michael Ball, the threat for Rangers. It came off Stan Varga. It was moving at ferocious pace inside the post. And razor-sharp reactions from Marshall. 2 stunning saves in the space of a minute. And that keeps Celtic ahead. Gavin Ray's cross, blocked by Lennon. And turned out to play by Kennedy. Stilian Petrov, Henrik Larsson, Petrov again, Rangers have it back. Well, Rangers could reasonably have expected to have been level with those two efforts on goal.
They seem to have settled now after losing the goal, certainly getting back into the game. When you think that Stephen Kloss really has had very little to do other than pick the ball out the net, and young Marshall's had two marvellous saves. I don't think this game's finished yet.
Just that one desperately disappointing lapse for Rangers when Michael Ball switched off, Henrik Larsson switched on, and it was 1-0.
That's what will frustrate Alan McLeish more than anything else. His team have been okay, they performed reasonably well. They've gone behind to a really slack back of play.
Ronald de Boer's flick fails to pay off, but he gets it back. Bob Malcolm pretty loose past that one, but Peter Lovenkrands did well to keep it in.
I think Alan McLeish will also be looking for a little bit more from Lovenkrands this left-hand side. They get sticking to him very closely. A good race between those two. But the Rangers manager at home will be looking for him to do more.
Well, those two stunning David Marshall saves have kept Celtic ahead. Henrik Larsson is the man whose goal separates the sides. And if you give him that sort of room, you pay the price. It's happened time and time again. And this, Larsson's 33rd goal of the season.
It's the fact, Rob, that he doesn't have to move. He just holds his ground, stays where he is, and gets on the end of the cross while ball's well out of position.
We'll see Rangers again next weekend. They're at Fir Park. Motherwell chasing a top 6 finish against Rangers next Sunday from 2:25. Lovenkrands against Agat. And Lennon. Michael Ball's cross. Alan Hutton mishit the shot, but Ronald de Boer had the chance. And his overhead kick went wide.
That's another half chance, so first for Hutton, this one wedges all the way through to him. Good challenge in the box here. But it makes a hash of this to the young man. Ronald de Boer back to goal. Good technique. Just a little bit unlucky, can't get on target.
Petrov against Hughes. Celtic's throw. Heading towards half-time. Just 7 minutes to go. Rangers 0, Celtic 1, live from BBC Scotland. The 4th Celtic away game on the trot, live on the BBC. Winning at Dundee and Hibs, drawing in Barcelona, and ahead here in the Old Firm match. And they've won the previous 3 this season. That was Ray's foul on Balde. Agat with the free kick. Larsson unchallenged for the header. You can't say Rangers aren't well warned. But again, there, Larsson not picked up.
Everyone who plays against Celtic, you realise one of their biggest threats is their strength at set pieces.
Through from Lovenkrands for Moles. Tugs his effort wide, got a decent first touch to get the ball down, but failed to hit the target.
It's another hard chance though from Rangers' point of view. They keep plugging away here. It's a good touch, good first touch from Michael Moles. He realises he can't run away from the Celtic defenders at this point. He tries to loop it over the top of young Marshall. He's not too far away.
Larson trying to set up Pearson. Michael Ball clears, but he hit the panic button there and he handed possession straight back to Celtic. Varga for Petrov. Flicks it on to Agat. Pearson up ahead of him, and Larson. A step over from Larson, didn't fool Moore. Moles to Lovenkrands. Stephen Hughes tries to inject some pace. Celtic with bodies behind the ball, cutting down the options for Rangers, and in the end the Rangers attack fizzles out. Well, David Marshall has had a few days he will never forget as long as he lives. The hero of Barcelona, and what a couple of stunning saves in the Old Firm match from the teenage goalkeeper. Firstly, to stop an own goal going in, and then that awkward bouncing header which he touched away and kept Martin O'Neill's team ahead here. "41 minutes gone. Celtic looking to take a lead into the away dressing room at half-time, and threatening to add to their lead here. Neil Lennon playing a hugely significant part again for Rangers. Sometimes his contribution is missed, but he's the man who's always available on the end of passes and always linking things together for the champions in waiting.
What Celtic have done really well today is get people behind the ball when they lose it. The front two, they try and defend from the front, but the three at the back, it's just this the great challenge. Michael Moles. As I was saying, Celtic, oh, it's a sore one.
Stephen Hughes. Gavin Ray robbed of possession by Stilian Petrov and does well, Ray, to win it back. De Boer to Lovenkrands. Early ball in, not a good one though. John Kennedy comfortable in clearing. Kisnishvili, Hughes, unmarked was De Boer. Lovenkrands slices it wide, and that is criminal.
What a chance for Lovenkrands. I don't think it needs to be told, but the Rangers front two do well. De Boer back to Moles, who sets up Lovenkrands, and from there no more than 7 yards. First and foremost, you've got to hit the target, got to make the goalkeeper work. Go across the keeper, you may get a deflection. To go near post is the worst option, because past the post you've lost it all.
He's never scored 3 in a row for Rangers. For Lovenkrands, scored in the last 2. What a chance he had to complete the hat-trick there against Celtic and to keep up his impressive Old Firm scoring record, Lovenkrands. But he took absolutely the wrong option there, and one can only imagine what was being said down below us by his manager at that point. A real opportunity. If he'd driven it across the goal, well, anything could have happened. That was the one option he didn't want to take. Sliced into the side net. Rangers have had their chances to get back on terms.
Alan McLeish, I'm sure, will feel his team don't deserve to be behind if they are still behind at half-time. But that'll give his players lots of confidence going into the second half.
Foul by Lovenkrands on Larson, and a yellow card just compounds the misery of the last couple of minutes for the Danish winger.
I think just before that, though, he had a late tackle on Bobo Baldi, so I'm sure it's an accumulation of both that made up Kenny Clark's mind.
inside the 45th and final minute of the first half. Didier Agat's free kick. Headed clear by Malcolm. Neil Lennon. Stan Varga. It's beyond Sutton, who claims he was being held by Bob Malcolm.
Not for the first time, a little tete-a-tete between Sutton and Bob Malcolm.
Good turn from Moles. Stephen Hughes to Michael Ball. Last chance for Rangers to level things up. Valdez header. De Boer's layoff. Alan Hutton's cross. There's Lovenkrands. Won the header, but there was enough of a challenge from Agat to ensure that, again, Lovenkrands couldn't hit the target.
Again, good passing from Rangers, working the ball down the right-hand side and eventually thrown up to the back post area. But Agat doing well.
It's half-time, and Celtic are ahead. Henrik Larsson has done it again. His 33rd goal of the season on his last Celtic visit to Ibrox. His 234th Celtic career goal. And hats off again to David Marshall on his Old Firm debut. A couple of stunning saves to stop Rangers from squaring the game. It's 1-0 Celtic at half-time. And this was the moment that Michael Ball lost Henrik Larsson, and Celtic's top scorer made him pay. Larsson's goal, followed by a breathtaking display of goalkeeping again from the teenager David Marshall. That stopped Rangers.
The same.
We're looking forward to it. We always do, and it's the Old Firm. But Celtic have the edge at the moment. Young David Marshall has already notched up 2 absolutely stunning saves to add to his Thursday night collection. Let's look forward to the second 45. Back to Ibrox and Robin Sandy.
A big part of Alec McLeish's pre-Old Firm message was don't go to pieces at set pieces. That's exactly what's happened for Rangers in the first half, and Henrik Larsson was happy to take full advantage with one of his easier goals, the downward header. Stefan Klos was rooted to the spot. Michael Ball it was who got it all wrong at the set piece. Yes, Celtic are strong at set pieces, but surely Rangers want to make them work hard for goals, and that was a soft one from the Rangers viewpoint in a funny old first half in which Rangers carved out good chances, but Celtic have the lead. Kenny Clark prepares to get the second half underway. And Celtic halfway to making it 4 wins out of 4 against Rangers this season. Results which have helped to crush Rangers' title defence and also remove the last option of silverware heading for the Ibrox Trophy room when they won Celtic against Rangers in the Tenor Scottish Cup. So big questions being asked here of Rangers' resolve. Can they stage a fight back?
I think, Rob, the Rangers fans will demand that their team go forward, have a real go and try and get back into this match. The Celtic will be more than comfortable getting the 3 across the back, the 5 across the middle behind the ball and playing the counter-attack.
Stephen Pearson prodded the ball forward. Just gone behind for the first goal kick of the second half. Pearson man of the match in the first leg against Barcelona at Celtic Park, and came onto a strong showing in the second half in the new camp as well. Stephen Hughes fell heavily.
I think there may have been a slight nudge there from Bobo Baldi to knock him down.
Came for that one, Balde then stopped. There was a bit of indecision about who was taking that for Celtic. Bob Malcolm down the middle for Moles, but towering over him was Balde.
That's a hard ball for Michael Moles to try and win. High up there from Bob Malcolm.
That's not the service he wants.
No, it's got to bend the feet for Moles and De Boer. Moles first half certainly played well.
Alan Hutton, Gavin Ray loses out to Pearson. Good work from Michael Moles. Wins it back. Gavin Ray tries to work it on for Stephen Hughes. It's deflected back to David Marshall.
I think Martin O'Neill will be too happy with Stephen Pearson there. Caught possession. Michael Moles working hard to create that half chance.
Teenagers on the pitch. One might have scored Alan Hutton's downward header in the first half, but the other teenager had decided it wasn't going in and produced the second of those spectacular saves. The Rangers will feel they've had their chances in the first half, none taken. They have to keep carving out opportunities and hope that one's going to go in. On the overlap. Poor ball in, no test of Varga. Kennedy thumps it downfield.
Rangers at the start of the second half. They're trying to push Sharon Hutton on down the right hand side. Gavin Ray is in beside Pearson in that area. Hutton's the one giving the word down the right. Lovenkrands on the left.
Malcolm gets it back from Zurich Isnishvili. Rangers need to have direction about their play in this second half.
As I said, Rob, when you look at the Celtic team, every player behind the ball, it's so difficult to break that down. You've got to do it at pace is a secret.
Isnishvili's pass. Moles grounded as he tried to get away from Bobo Balde. Accusing fingers being pointed at the Celtic centre-back. Rangers looking to force a breakdown in the Celtic machine. It'll take some doing, and Henrik Larsson is unmarked. Had Chris Sutton been able to pick him out.
That was great play from Stefan Klos. Larsson was on his own. Sutton realised he was there, but Klos almost like a sweeper. Closed down the space.
That could have been costly for Alec McLeish and his team, Chick.
Yeah, they're obviously trying to sandy touch in this. Can you get Hutton forward down the right-hand side? Not for or Sutton for them, but Hutton down the right-hand side. Trying to put an impact down there. He's just screaming at him to get forward and get the ball played into him. When they pick it up in central defence, one makes the break forward.
Stephen Hughes to get past Kenny Clark, among others. Michael Bowles' cross. Too much of it for Moles, but he can keep it in. Hutton. Alan Hutton's shot took a deflection on its way in, and it was perilously close to that far post.
Great play from the young fullback. Picks the ball up from Michael Moles, drives in towards the penalty area. That may well have ended up in the back of the net if it wasn't for a deflection. That's what Alec McLeish wants to see. Big fullback pushing forward.
Well, I must say, I like the look of him, positive in everything he's done here. The Bears corner, not good enough to get beyond Petrov. And Celtic go untested at that set piece, and that's not at all in the Rangers script. Pearson against Kisnishvili. Henrik Larsson, Stephen Pearson, brilliant save by Klos. But Celtic have scored. Alan Thompson, 2-0 Celtic. 6.5 minutes into the second half.
Rangers just simply don't deal with a long ball forward. Kisnishvili takes too much of a chance. Should have cleared it. Stephen Claus does well to save that one. But great play from Alan Thompson, following up, taking it past the goalkeeper, then gets the shot on target. Watch this bit from Thompson. This is the important part. Get round the keeper, get it on target. Might have taken a slight deflection, but because it's on target, it ends up in the back of the net.
Looked as if it was deflected in. Thompson danced it round Claus, and it just took a flick off the boot of Bob Malcolm, and that deceived Kisnishvili on the goal line, and that meant there was no stopping it. What a 24 hours he's had. An England call-up, and now another Old Firm goal. It's 2-0 Celtic.
We said earlier on how dangerous Celtic won the counter-attack. There's a late one. The yellow card.
Yellow card for Craig Moore, and a finger in the chest from Neil Lennon.
I don't know why Neil Lennon has to get involved in that one. The referees took the appropriate action. He's cautioned Moore. It's a late challenge. Chris Sutton is through the back of Chris Sutton.